Today is June 30th, and the Yankees have set their 60-man summer camp roster. You guys have left some voicemails. Let's do it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy, and sitting right next to me is Jake. We're coming to you from JOMBOY Media headquarters in the Bronx. Baseball is still happening. It has not been canceled yet. So we're excited. Excited to talk roster. Excited to talk lineups. Excited to talk players. Jake, what are you excited to talk about?
I'm not.
Ooh.
No, big lies. I'll say this, and I think I mentioned this last time, or I forget if it was on JJR or not. It still kind of hasn't hit me yet. Like, I think what's going to happen is this 4th of July weekend is going to happen. You know, hopefully do some fun stuff, maybe see some friends and family. And I think when that Monday hits, Monday the 6th, like, I'm going to be itching. Like, in my head, after 4th of July, like, baseball's happening, basketball's coming back. Like, it's all happening, and we're still going to be 3 weeks away. So we'll be hanging on to some spring training updates, which will be cool. And those will still be cool for a week and a half, like normal spring training rules. And then there will probably be a grueling week right before leading up to the season. But for now, I'm still good, man. I'm excited about remembering storylines. You know, I know this isn't, I mean, this is partially applicable to the Yankees, but the international player the Rays signed, Susugo, you remember I was super excited about him. Like, I saw...
Susugo.
I saw one hype video of him, and I got really excited about him over the offseason. He was his old team's captain, so I like that. And I'm just excited to remember stories like that, and, you know, that ties into the Yankees. And, I mean, you know, I tweeted out some, you know, something that triggered people today, which was just Mike Ford and Clint Frazier's stats.
You got people?
I didn't get them, but it just, you know, it's when you look at the stats and you start thinking about things, and that's where it gets fun. So we've got the 60-man. You know, a lot of talk is going to be about the 30-man, and it's kind of bracing for that first injury too. Like
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you and I both have that feeling.
Yeah, it's going to suck. There's going to be
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I mean, I'm reading your stats now on Ford. Yeah, I'm inundated with the Yankees opinions again.
Right.
I forgot about it.
Right. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me.
No, it's all coming back to me now when I kiss you like this.
Yeah. I was singing like the going out
like
of the.
that.
I was singing the going out. You were singing the going in.
It's all coming. Yeah. It's a great song. We're going to get into roster stuff.
Yes.
But I was posting my thoughts. I posted my roster, which I don't, reserve the right to change my mind. I'm already in it. What you're saying, scratching, like I'm already there.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
After July 4th, because we're taking this weekend off, basically 4-day weekend.
You're almost running too hot.
Why?
Because you had your first like 30-man tweet, you wrote it out, and then they came out with the 60-man, and you started circling stuff.
Yeah.
And some stuff changed in between there, and I don't think people are ready for that.
Sure they are.
I don't think people are ready for the right to reserve.
Yeah, sure they are. We're getting tons of interaction.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, you're okay. No, I won't get off on this foot.
I changed my mind already again.
Exactly.
But that's how I operate.
I know. But I'm saying the people aren't ready for that. I'm saying the people aren't ready.
They're
for
ready.
That. You've got
tons of conversations. I forget how many differing opinions there are. Because I've only really talked to you.
Yeah.
And we kind of agree on a lot of things.
A chunk. And we've almost gotten away from these conversations.
Yeah, I'm excited, but like...
A lot of interviews. Adam Ottavino.
Atto.
Luke Voigt.
You know, and a lot of other people haven't crunched the numbers like we did the other day when we were intensified math pod. So a lot of people have like a little surprise. Like when I left Clint Frazier off the roster and everyone's freaking out, and I'm like, well, who are you replacing him with? No one had any answers. They're like, oh, I guess. You know, it's tough, but there's going to be injuries. Judge is swinging. That's good.
Judge is swinging. That's good. That's what we've got as of now. We are recording Monday evening. I think why that may be important is the first players have announced who's not coming to camp, and this is around the league. Nothing from Yankees camp yet. We'll see. Ryan Zimmerman, Mr. Nationals first baseman, and Mike Leake, starting pitcher. You might remember him from around the league. He was on the Mariners for a little bit, Reds. He's currently on the Diamondbacks, and he tapped out. So it'll be interesting to see if any Yankees do that. Expect to see nasty, dumb tweets if that does happen. But yeah, we'll see if any of that develops out of Yankee camp.
Mm-hmm. Did you read this article about Aaron Judge in Sports Illustrated? He gave like an exclusive interview. BBD, you probably read it. Did you read it?
To Ragazzo?
Yeah, to Ragazzo. Yeah. So did he go into detail of what extent he's swinging?
I don't remember. It was a lot of generalities. I mean, it was kind of a Judge interview.
I honestly can't wait to get back out there. It's going to be an exciting year. He's been taking his time to get healthy and is hitting and running with his teammates at their Tampa facility. So very general.
Yeah.
Aaron Hicks will be ready to play.
Yep.
I think Judge might be good though. So far, who knows?
We'll see. And it's
You want to know what's really exciting, Jake?
Do we explain the Boone thing? Should we do that?
It's next episode.
Okay.
Well, we're on like a virtual chat with Boone. He got asked a bunch of questions. He gave answers. It's gonna be next.
Okay.
The next episode after this one.
Right.
We have we have all the clips and everything.
I won't spoil it.
They're announcing the schedule sometime next week. It just got tweeted out.
There you go.
That is exciting.
That is exciting. You've been running hot on that, and I think properly hot on that.
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to explain it to the people.
We dove into it last episode, and then it's all I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
And we asked Boone about the weight it is in the schedule. It's all I've been thinking about. So I posted my thoughts and I posted it everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, because I think I'm having great thoughts.
Yeah. And
some people are like, you're overthinking it. I'm like, that's the fun of it. Some people are like, you're thinking about this way too early. That's the fun of it.
Yeah.
That's what we do. So it came out the Yankees are opening against the Nationals.
Right.
I almost didn't tweet out my reaction because I knew people were going to get on me for it.
Right.
It doesn't do anything for me.
It does something for me, but I'll let you know.
Yeah. I was excited for Mets or Red Sox or Rays. And so, like, the Nationals, like, I get what it's doing for non-Yankees fans, like casual fans. Like, if I'm just a baseball fan, it would be awesome. You know what I mean?
Defending world champs.
Yeah.
One of the best pitchers in the game.
Scherzer,
the Yankees
Cole,
and one of the best pitchers
in
the game.
DC. Like, but as a Yankee fan, it doesn't do anything for me. It's kind of like, eh. So the situation I laid out. Now, this conversation can be all for naught. I understand that. If it goes 3 games against the Nationals, right? Then 2 against the Rays, then 3 against the Mets.
Sure.
Would you keep the starting rotation how it is? Because that would be 6 games from our top 3 pitchers against National League East opponents, when that's 10% of the schedule right there. So right. I know the schedule is probably not going to lay out that way.
Yeah.
But if it does, I think that's a real thought process and conversation.
It's a conversation.
You only get 12 starts out of Garrett Cole.
Right.
Are you really going to do – how many are you going to line up against National League East when winning the division is so important?
Yeah, and it's a conversation. I mean, there's also the aspect, and I think I mentioned this last podcast, is getting Garrett Cole out there, because, I mean, you know, there's some things you also can't plan for. If it's rain delays and cancellations and stuff like that, you want to make sure that every 5th day Garrett Cole is pitching. I kind of don't care the opponent. You know, like you're saying, each game is technically 2.7 games. And Garrett Cole needs to be out there every opportunity possible. Yeah. So,
but you only get control at the start,
right? And I get that, and you know, I think there very much would be an argument. You know, if this schedule lined up right, yeah, I could see you dancing around it a little bit, maybe more so with with Paxton and Tanaka, something like that. Like maybe you go Cole, Hap Monty, really piss people off. But I think it is a conversation. I think the other thing where I don't want to say you're getting lost in the thought process, but with every game being so impactful, I almost don't think you can plan too far ahead. Like, you know, a 3-game losing streak in this season is almost the equivalent to an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah.
So you know, lining up, you know, Cole for the Red Sox and Cole for Tampa, and, you know, these games that are worth a game and a half almost because you're playing an in-division opponent.
Yeah.
I just think you can't get lost in that, because if you get so focused on that and you overlook 2 games, I mean, you just lost 5 games in a regular season.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. I'm just saying those 40 games are so much more important. So much more important than the 20 in the NL East.
And I mean, here's something that I don't know if it helps or hurts your argument. And you know, the baseline of this argument is like, hey, let's win every game, right? And that's
and some people are like, every game's important,
right?
Of course, but some are more important.
Yeah,
and that that there's no arguing that,
right? And you know, I'll tell you my shower thought that scared me this weekend. It was, man, with these new divisions, something that you and I have been talking about on Talkin' Baseball is that the Central is weaker than the West Coast divisions, IMO. I mean, we've got, you know, the Tigers, the Royals, Pittsburgh. You know, there's 3 like clearly bad teams in now that Central division that I think we're definitely getting a wild card from
the Central.
From the Central.
Yeah, I think Twins and Indians will both be there. One will win the division, one will be a wild card.
I mean, they seem like they're kind of a lock now.
So then I think Yankees Rays are a lock for a playoff spot.
You'd like to think, but man, it's
going
to be tight. I mean, the A's,
Astros.
Houston, Texas. There's good ball teams, and especially in this abbreviated season. I mean, Toronto and the Sox, if they get going. The Rangers, I just mentioned them. Like, they could have a really quirky, fun pitching staff in Texas. So that scared me, that in my head, I think a wild card spot is already gone. That's what
I'm saying. That's why that's the crux of my position.
Right. And I think the thing is, you can spin it either way. I think, you know, if you focus too many games for lining up your staff against Tampa, you know, there's 50 other games outside of that. And
I'm just saying, like, when you get the chance to, try to do it.
There's almost this momentum thing that's like, you almost have to just nip losing streaks in the butt. Yeah. Like, if you're on a 2-game losing streak and, you know, you've got a fresh Hap and a fresh Cole, and let's say, you know, you're wrapping up a series and then you start one with Tampa that next day, I mean, part of me almost wants to nip that losing streak in the butt. I mean, it's fun baseball talk. If anyone tells you it's not fun baseball talk, you can come back at them. But, I mean, it's a really weird way to look at it.
In the Central, last year, the Tigers and the Royals both lost more than 100 games.
And they're going to be terrible again. They haven't made improvements.
They haven't improved. And then in the National League, I mean, the Pirates improved. The Reds improved. They both lost.
Pirates will be bad, though. They're planning on being bad.
Yeah. And so that's 20 games against the Tigers and the Royals. And who's going to be the Pirates' rival in the AL?
What do you mean?
Like the 6-game set. Who's their closest proximity rival? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
I just made that up for them, probably. Who would it be? The Royals?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, it's Yankees-Nats.
Cleveland, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to make that the rivalry week. Someone gets 26 games against 3 teams that are actively not trying to win.
Right.
In the Central.
Yep.
Out of 60, they get 26.
Yep.
So, like, that's why I think the Central will produce a wild card team.
Yeah.
So, you do not want to be in that wild card race when the divisions are completely separate from each other. You're not playing the same opponents. You can't steal any or guarantee any losses. You don't want to be in that wild card race.
No. And you also, it might be out of your control too. So
it's nuts.
I don't know. Yeah, there's it's I think everything we've circled between injuries and summer camp and the schedule and stuff, there's this there's this excitement, obviously, amongst baseball, but there's also like a fear factor that this season could be scary, man.
Yeah. Good. I've stumped myself on who like the central rivals are. Like White Sox and Cubs, easy.
Yeah, done.
Twins
need
Brewers?
someone. Twins, Brewers, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Cardinals, Royals.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Tigers, Detroit versus it's Reds or Pirates.
Reds
for
or
the Tigers.
Pirates? Pirates. Is there another Ohio team? Reds.
Reds in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Pirates, Tigers. So just
So there
don't
you go.
watch those.
But that helps us out.
Yeah.
Because now it's not the Indians or
Right.
that gets 6 against the Indians or
Reds could be good.
Reds could be good. But
I mean, 20 games against teams they could legitimately go 9-1 against.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
And
crazy.
the Yanks only have one of those teams in the Orioles.
yeah. It's weird to think about. All right. Let's go straight to voicemails.
What's up, boys? It's Jordan from Boston. All right. Baseball's back. Very happy about it. Rosters should be formalized today being Sunday. So this question is more your opportunity to give us your overall thoughts on the roster, who got snubbed, who are you surprised about, and how they're going to use certain guys. Like Tyler Wade is a pinch runner, Mike Ford is the backup first baseman, yada, yada, yada. So go off. Thanks, boys. Go Yanks.
Thank you, Jordan, for the perfect segue into the roster.
Yes.
So the
Friend of
Yankees,
the family.
the Yankees set their 60-man summer camp. There's really only 58 people.
Did you? I don't want to. I don't want to jokingly get you hot. Did you see Heyman try to fight summer camp?
Why?
He's just being an idiot.
Was he serious or just making jokes?
He was trying to be serious, and it just backfired on him. He's like, I just don't really think we should be joking about calling it summer camp when there's a pandemic going on and stuff like that. And everyone was like, dude, you gotta chill out.
Camp is a term used
Yeah.
for spring training.
He thought he had an angle, and everyone was like,
Like you
no,
break
dude.
camp,
Yeah,
and then
it was
it
bad.
takes place in the summer.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Heyman?
Yeah, he thought he had an angle, and everyone was like, no, dude. Yeah.
You know what it is with Heyman?
Sucks.
Like I have this itch
Suck
where
knob turned up to 10.
I'd take my phone out of my pocket, if I'm active,
Right.
like every 10 minutes,
Feeling it.
to look at it.
Yeah.
Every time he does that, he thinks he has to tweet something.
Oh, okay.
So then he just searches for something.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I just think he's got just a couple of the brain pathways just landed. Like, he thought the summer camp thing was gold. He's like, ooh, people are going to eat this up. And then it's like, no, dude.
I don't even understand like the angle he's coming at.
Big baby?
Like it's summer and it's like a camp.
He knows it's no longer spring, right?
Yeah, he might not. He might not. I don't know.
That's very odd.
Very odd. Very John Heyman.
Yeah.
40 man.
40 man, no, 60 man, really.
60 man.
Calling it summer camp is a spin we don't need. Yeah, it's summer, and yeah, it's a camp.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
there, he kept
nailed
going.
it.
Right there, he kept
You
going.
got it, dude.
But for players, it's more like training. But this time is complicated.
Like, dude, he thought he nailed it.
Onerous. What's onerous mean?
Onerous.
Onerous.
Yeah.
Burdensome.
Burdensome.
Maybe even dicey. The now 113-page operations manual makes it clear. Even spring training 2.0 is a bit flippant. But summer camp? No way.
Yeah.
What's he want to call it?
I don't know.
Baseball operations during pandemic?
Man. Yeah. Ideally, yes.
Bottup?
Bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We got that out of the way.
That's bizarre. 60-man summer camp is set, but the Yankees only have 58. Now, there were some surprising things out of here. I don't think there's any surprises. We did think that we heard there were teams that were going to use the pool of 30 players more as, hey, who do we value and we want to get reps more than who do we think can help this year.
Right.
The Yankees did not do that. Everyone on this list is someone that they think can help this year. There's no Austin Wells. There's no, deep cut value prospect.
Not yet. Isn't there 2 or 3 slots available?
Two.
Potentially 2
Two.
slots? Okay.
Yeah, two available. So, first, I have so many thoughts about this that I haven't tweeted or shared yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
The most funny thing that Jake and I both tweeted a minute apart from each other because both instant reaction. Is
and
that
Lindsey Adler as well.
Oh,
we were all in a 1 minute cycle.
the Yankees made a section called infielders, outfielders.
Yeah.
And the only reason the Yankees made this section is for Andujar.
I think they like Wade. I think they like Wade there too. I think they would have done that with Wade as well. But it's funny that Wade is viewed as, arguably the best defender.
Last year, if Andujar was injured, they would just have Wade and Herrera as infielders.
And you think so?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know. Just because we've been talking about how their versatility, how valuable their now versatility is.
I know that they know that they can play outfield.
I think the irony lies in Tyler Wade being, this beautiful defender. Like, wow, he's done really good in left. He might be able to play center. He's gifted in the infield. And Andujar, it's like, well, if he's out there for an inning, I just hope it doesn't go there.
I truly believe if Andujar was injured,
okay,
Herrera and Wade would just be on the infielders, and it would be like known, but they can play wherever.
Right.
But they did not want to pigeonhole Andujar as an infielder or an outfielder because they knew that would get big reactions probably from everyone. So they make this infielder-outfielder section. They were like the only team that did this. Every other team posted their roster.
Yeah.
No one other had a specific section. Shout out to the Yankees graphics department. Theirs was the best presented layout.
It was.
With groupings and
really
colors
was.
and contrast. Some of the other teams didn't even try.
Some of them went like old manual style. Like the Twins came out and it was like there was 500 names.
Yeah.
Just a press release.
Yeah.
Oh, some of them are gross. I didn't even want to look at them.
Yeah.
Like, this is too hard. Make it easy for me to read. Now, I'm going to run down some of my thoughts, Jake, and about the position players, okay? The Yankees signed a catcher, Max McDowell.
Congrats, Max.
My thoughts.
Sure.
I don't think Iannetta or Kratz want to be on the three-man travel taxi squad for $400 a week.
Oh, so you think they're going
So
like
I think,
hockey goalie style?
Like, I think that McDowell or Josh Tolley can have that travel third catcher spot, but they're not actually the third catcher. If Higgy or Gary Sanchez get hurt, I think Tolley or McDowell stay as the third taxi squad, and Iannetta and Kratzy just get called up.
Okay, so there's.
Well, I don't hard think that, but I'm just thinking it could be the case.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if travel squad is fun. Like I could see, we've talked about Kratzy being, starting every year in the minor leagues. Like he might just be having a blast traveling with the boys. And then I think there is some fun stuff there. Because there's some 40-man, 60 stuff. But would I be shocked if one of the old man catchers didn't want to travel? No. So I like that.
I don't care either way either. Don't fight me.
I think that's such a coin flip that I want you to push that anyways. Why not?
All right.
Yeah.
The Yankees also signed Matt Duffy, third baseman.
Duffman.
Put him in the infielder role. For me, Andujar's now fourth string third baseman.
Ooh.
Herrera and Duffy are both a better glove at third if
Yeah.
Gio gets hurt. So I think that's a very interesting move that they pick up Matt Duffy, a third baseman, put him in the infielder crew. Herrera's still with the team, and they make sure that Andujar's not specifically on the infield page, that he's known as a two-way player now to change the mindset. I think the infielder-outfielder section is simply just to boost Andujar's value to any team that might be interested still. I don't want them to trade him, but I thought it was very interesting they sign a third baseman because we've had discussions who's the backup third baseman. You got two better gloves, but Wade and DJ can also slide over.
Right, and this I think now is the time to start getting into the 40-man stuff because the Matt Duffy stuff was kind of funny because a lot of people recognize him from his time with the Rays, where he's actually been a solid batting average guy. So everyone started calling him the next Urshela, watch for Matt Duffy hitting .330 by midway through the season, that kind of stuff. So that was fun and a good reputation for the Yankees to have. So I like that. The 40-man gets tricky, so we're semi-connected in baseball, so I was seeing if I could get any insider information on the 40-man, because the first thing I was wondering was about the young pitchers, because the Yankees invite a lot of veteran bullpen guys to camp, the David Hales, the Dan Oteros, guys like that, and I was curious to see if the league was going to change their rules. Early return on that is no. that the 40-man is the 40-man. And currently the only spot available on the 40-man is now open because Luis Severino went on the 60-day IL. So we've got one 40-man roster spot. So any of the non-40-man guys you mentioned, whether it's Rosell Herrera, whether it's Matt Duffy, whether it's, David Hale, those guys need to get on the 40-man before they can be in pinstripes.
Yeah.
So that's the only spot that I'm going to fight you on, guys jumping Andujar in line. Andujar is on this team as the fake infielder, outfielder, and he's on this team. And I think, Severino going on the IL and pitching being so important, I'm expecting a pitcher to jump into the Yankees 40-man. I've kind of been pushing the David Hale train because he's been proven and we know how much the Yankees like him.
We were told by members of the Yankee scouting department, we like Hale.
And so from there, I was wondering if they were going to adjust the rules at all, like add a 41st man, because also on the 40-man, there's a lot of prospects. There's a lot of guys like Nick Nelson, Miguel Yajuri, a couple other young pitchers, Albert Abreu, that probably aren't MLB ready. And if the Yankees injury bug strikes and guys aren't going on the 60-man IL, then you have to start talking about DFAing guys. So I was seeing if they changed the rules around that at all. They have not. And the more I thought about it, this is what I have so far.
Okay.
So what I have so far is they have not changed the 40-man rules. And if you think about it, there's only 2 weeks with fully expanded rosters as of now. So that could only be like a 2-week problem in theory, and otherwise you're just playing normal baseball. I think there are some situations. One of the rumors I heard is that they could expand the times rosters are expanded, which I think that's interesting, potentially for some 40-man stuff. And the other twist is COVID. So if players get COVID, that will open up a 40-man spot.
Okay.
And if you're a baseball fan and you know the ain't cheating, you ain't trying, you're wondering if fake COVID cases could pop up to open up a roster spot. I think your brain should jump there. The caveat with that is MLB is doing the testing. All the COVID testing goes through MLB, so you can't do any faux COVID stints on the IL. So that's where I think things are going to get tricky, because right now the Yankees only have 2 catchers on their 40-man. If one of the catchers goes down, we have to open up a 40-man spot.
Yeah.
So the roster stuff gets tight, and when people get excited about, Matt Duffy, even Rosell Herrera, who, yes, he was fun at spring training, but we got excited about him because about 5 guys were hurt. So
that doesn't make sense to me at all. What are you doing, MLB? How could you expand the Okay, you know what? It does make sense. Because this was my next point. I was going to counter my next point with that point. So my head's going fast. My head's going faster.
You got yourself.
People aren't understanding. The people that were responding to my roster,
right?
It seemed weren't fully aware that the 30-man roster is only for 2 weeks. So they're not going to be like doing crazy shit with it. If it was for the full season, a third catcher would probably be part of it.
Right.
It's 2 weeks. It's for pitchers.
Yeah.
Like, it's designed to put more pitchers on your roster for the first 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, 2 people leave. Then you're at 28. When you had 26, it's only going to be 2 extra pitchers there. They're going to be down to a 4-man bench. So all the position players that you think are going to be added to this 30-man roster, they're probably not. Like we said, it's maybe 1 extra guy.
And that's where I think a veteran arm makes sense. And, hey, again, we'll see what injuries happen, but I think that's the tricky part, is I think they have to be significant injuries. And that's where I was kind of coming at you for your back-to-back 40-man, because one, you kind of fought me on Rosell Herrera, which I think was right, and then the next time you had him circled. Rosell needs some significant injuries to get on the Yankees roster.
When I did the circles here, I was just guessing they were going to expand the 40-man roster.
Okay.
Because I have Clark Schmidt, I have Hale,
right.
I have Herrera. I was just thinking, if they expand the 30-man to 40, if they expand it to 30, they're going to expand the 40-man.
Right.
And since they're not, because it is only 2 weeks, and really I only circled Clark Schmidt because he was next to Tanaka, and I didn't want to do 2 solo names.
Right. And you don't want to accidentally clip Tanaka's name. You want that scene, so you might as well get Schmidt in there.
So because I would have done. I was going to do someone else besides Schmidt. I was going to do like Tyler Lyons, because he's a lefty and he's been in the bigs before.
And I think the Yankees like Lions.
Yeah, so at the start I was going to do Lions, but then I just was like, he's right next to Tanaka.
Yeah.
And then someone, like the first response was like, John Boy's on the Clark Schmidt train, let's go. And I was like, that's kind of just a convenient circling thing.
Yeah.
So
And I'll just, one last time, because, this is some kind of deep cut MLB stuff, but on the Yankees 40-man roster, eligible guys to come up to the big team, the pitchers they have on there, Albert Abreu, Luis Hill, Brooks Kriske, Luis Medina, Nick Nelson, and Miguel Yajuri. These are guys who haven't touched a major league field, and the Yankees just protected them so that they couldn't get taken in the Rule 5 draft. So, and that's where our baseball minds kind of start going off because, it kind of does come back to safety because you'd rather see on the opposing team and probably the Yankees, you'd rather see David Hale or Dan Otero, guys who played Major League Baseball. But as it is right now, those guys aren't going to get any buffer room.
Yep.
So now bringing it back to the 30-man.
So if the 40-man doesn't expand, then like I just said, I'm taking Herrera off. I'm taking Schmidt off. Do I have to take anyone else off? Hale.
I
think they're going to try
think
and
Hale
sneak
comes
Hale.
on. I think he currently gets Sevy's spot. Because Sevy just went on the 60.
What'd you say, Booty?
My guess would be Hale gets that 40 spot.
Makes sense,
okay,
right?
so leave Hale
They
on.
like him, and he was good last year.
Yeah.
Well, if you take Herrera off...
Or let's say a veteran pitcher.
If you take Herrera off, I think Ford's taking his spot as the fifth man on the bench.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And a lot of people wanted Davey. He's weird place to bring Davey into 60 games and let him cut his teeth in that environment where he's, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Davey needs some injuries, and he needs to show out in this kind of summer camp. I'm not ruling it out, but the other thing you also have to think about is kind of the money side. I do truly think the Yankees believe Davey's going to be a part of this team going forward. And
Service time side. Why'd you waste a year of Davey?
I mean, he'd have to be worth it. That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah,
if he can come in and be an impact player, there you go. But
I think with Davey and Clark Schmidt, now that I have Clark Schmidt uncircled, you'd have to be back against a wall to waste a year of service time here.
a little bit, it's definitely an angle, but you can kind of spin it other ways too. I mean, was Clark Schmidt expected to get some show experience this year? How did the Yankees have that for 2021? So, I don't know. I kind of lean veterans with you, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else? I got Higgy and Gary as the catcher.
I mean, it's as much as I love him, there's no fight for Tyro Estrada right now, right? He's just injury insurance.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Wade's making it, Tyro's out.
Yeah.
Wade's the backup shortstop then.
And really, I think the biggest argument in Yankee land right now is, it's Clint and Mike Ford.
Yeah.
Florial's on the 60 man. I wonder if they could 60-day IL him. I wonder if that starts turning into funny business. Because he's not getting the call this year. He's not getting the call next year.
It's interesting.
Right? I wonder if they do that with the young guys. Oh, boy. Cashman?
That's scary. All right, so if anyone didn't realize what just happened in Jake's brain, we've stumbled into a thought process that Florial's on the 40-man. He's not going to get the call because Florial hasn't been good. He's declined in value. He hasn't even gotten out of A-ball.
Send
right?
some text.
He hasn't even gotten out of A-ball. So a loophole could be they phantom put him on the 60-man IL, which opens up a spot on the 40-man right now. Jake, that seems like something they do.
That seems like something they do.
Would you do that with Luis Gil? Are there other people they may do that with?
I'm going to ask some people we know and see.
I mean, are they going to get fucked here? It seems like that a lot of guys on the 40-man that were only there to be protected by the Rule 5 draft are going to get phantom IL'd.
I think we just answered our question. Those guys weren't going to touch the field anyways. Sorry, young guys.
Hey, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They might get hurt anyway.
Yeah,
funky
there you
funky
go.
cold, maybe summer camps Operation Hurt these dudes.
That's what it's been the past few years, accidentally.
Like Miggy Yahoo, Funky Cold Medina. Who else could they? Florial's like, you gotta do it.
I mean, there's so many outfielders ahead of Ort. And, dude, these other, like, some of these other pitchers aren't very close. Like, the young guy crew I mentioned before, like, you know, they're not supposed to touch the field.
Yajure, Medina is, Jake.
Yeah.
Luis Hill.
Brooks Kreisky.
Abreu, I don't know. You might be onto something there.
Okay, we figured it out.
Might see a lot of phantom
We just cleared up the
ILs.
40, man. Sorry, young guys.
You just cleared up like 4 spots.
We just cleared up a lot.
You bring up Herrera.
Hale, Herrera. Tyler Lyons, come on through. Get one of these old fart catchers.
I just want to fucking text Cash.
Yeah. And we should be able to.
Give me your phone number, you motherfucker.
Brian, we know you're listening. Just DM us your phone number.
Oh, you know, what about...
Are we whispering again?
Yeah, what about the other GMs we know?
Okay. Can try.
It's interesting. Then you stumbled into something.
Is that like a players' union? It feels like a players' union gripe.
Yeah.
But also not.
Should we call Plouffe?
I don't know.
We'll ask Plouffe on Talking Baseball.
That developing story.
Developing story. Phantom IL stints.
Check into Thursday's episode.
Phantom IL stints may be running rampant.
Yeah. Damn. Crazy we didn't think of that earlier, but...
Okay. Anything else on the roster? Like, we have other voicemails. Outfield, if everyone's healthy, outfield is strong. I mean, Judge, Hicks, Stanton, Talkman, Gardy. That's 5 right there. 5.
There's so many. Dude, and that's... Okay, so I don't want to be dumb. That's a lie. If... Jimmy, let's say it's the 5th inning of a game this year. It's the 4th game of the season. I don't know. Stanton gets pinch run for. Gardy gets pinch hit for. If Miguel Andujar has to play half of a game in left field, are you nervous?
No.
Right? Like, I'm not...
Same level as Clint, and I'm not trying to be rude.
No, and that's... I think that's fair, and a lot of people feel that, except the hardcore Clint stands.
You just have to defensive replacement at the end of the close game. You can start.
So, dude, like, I know you're leaning into that infield outfielder take, but I think the Yankees... If they want to get Andujar in a game, they're not going to be scared to use him at third or left field for a little bit.
They wanted to remind people that he played outfield in spring training.
He did, and he looked okay. And it's a small sample size. Yes, it's spring training, yes, but he looked okay. The beat reporters say this. This isn't just us gossiping. And Andujar's bat plays, man. And I think the other thing that a friend of the program, Brian Hoke, mentioned, you know, if Garrett Cole or Paxton are pitching, these high strikeout guys, you can take a little bit away from the defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see Andujar getting more run on Garrett Cole and Paxton days. Or Tanaka versus the Rays, because he owns them. Oops.
So you've had an accident.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to the collision center. That's an old joke.
Okay.
Like a 12-year-old joke.
An old inside joke.
There's a place.
Not even talking Yanks.
Yeah, no. There's a place called Z Collision Center. Z-E-E.
Milford, Connecticut.
Z-E-E Collision Center.
Always crack this up.
So we always would drive by it and laugh and just say, "Welcome to Z Collision Center. You've had an accident." It's a long-running joke. Pretty bad. All right. I think we're good. Let's move on to voicemails and see where they land us. But I could talk this shit all day.
Guys, it's Suzanne from Washington, D.C. BBD, mark that on the map because Washington, D.C. could become a state. But anyway, I'm just calling because I've got 2 things. One, opening day, Nats versus Yanks. what a time to be a Yankees fan in Washington, D.C. I realize I can't go to the game, but hey, it's still a fun rivalry. 2, this is more of a talking baseball kind of question, but you guys didn't really talk about it. What do you guys think of the World Series rings that the Nats got? Baby Shark? The 19 and 31 that they're contractually obligated to talk about? Let me know. Bye.
Thank you, Suzanne. And I, as soon as I heard her name, I was like, oh, she's excited about DC.
Yeah.
Because Suzanne from DC.
Heads up.
Heads up. Yeah. Do you like that? Did they get shit for putting Baby Shark on the ring and stuff? I feel like people gave him crap. What's the 1931 thing she's talking about?
I think it's kind of that easy. I think you could go either way on it. And it's, World Series rings, a lot of sports rings have just gotten ridiculous. Like when they just started multiplying in size. So I don't know. I kind of like the Baby Shark twist. It'll be a silly thing in a little bit. If you're someone if you like the old Yankee player walking around the stadium wearing his ring like every day, then I don't think I want the Baby Shark thing on there. But yeah, I don't know.
And then they're losing records. I was 19.
Have fun with it. Yeah, I think that was on there somewhere.
Weird.
A little bit. It's a reminder of the season, and I guess that's what the ring is supposed to be. I don't know. Interested to see how the Yankees spin it.
Yeah.
I think
I like it and don't like it all. So you can talk me into both sides, but I don't like the losing record. That's weird.
I think I have I think young loser Yankee fan Jakey went to an early ring day at the stadium. Like they give away the fake ring, and I think I might have wore that for a little too long.
How old young are we talking?
Like probably
2000, so you're like 10 years old?
I'm guessing, I want to say double digits, but not a teenager. Somewhere in that range. So, yes, what you're saying.
I mean, we know by World Series. Like, they probably gave it out in 2001.
Could have. I mean, it could have also been 96.
Well, you had to be really young.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, double digits, but not a teenager, limits you to, like, just 2001.
I could have also worn it later in life.
Well, that's horrible.
Exactly.
You take it off the shelf.
That's what this is, Jim. That's
Wow.
what we're doing.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People are embarrassed.
It's not a flex. It's an anti-flex.
Self.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Okay.
Next.
Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne?
Jimmy
Suzanne.
O'Byrne. Handsome Jake. Hope you guys are doing all right. This is Connor from Myrtle Beach, newly transplanted Yankee fan. Quick question. Thought came up in my head. There's probably going to be a lot of players throughout the year who are going to get COVID and have to be out for a week or two, the 2-week quarantine time. How about this for a strategy? Infect every Yankee player right now so you can go right into training, spring training and the season, not needing to worry about that. Is that legal in sports? Is that possible? Appreciate y'all.
Imagine if they had like an infection party, like under the table, like the Yankees players, Wade and Judge and DJ, they all got together like some coven Wiccan shit, and they just like, had a scab and did like their own version of blanking.
You got it.
Blanking. What's the term? The medical term?
Blood brothers.
No, people don't like them. Vaccination. Their own,
Okay. Wow.
People
don't like them. Vaccinations.
Yeah, there are people that don't like them. It's crazy.
Yeah, there are some.
medicine.
I think those are.
But you infect
the
yourself.
minority.
You infect yourself with the disease, so you
Right.
get it, and then it's all. So imagine if like they had like an underground meeting. They're like, let's all just fucking get it now.
There's rumors that SEC football teams are doing this now.
Really?
To like get it out of the way. Yeah, because I mean they've got the healthiest. They essentially have the healthiest kids in the world. So like. And think about how football coaches. I think it's all rumors right now, but if you think about how football coaches think and process things, and you think about having a healthy crew of people, yeah.
I love it. Let's just get all the Yankees to go like to the underground clubhouse in Tampa and play suck and blow with each other.
It would be. Big Baby David is blushing. Yeah, I'll say it this way. This is something I kind of pushed for and I backed off, but like baseball guy, like who's a baseball guy?
Yeah.
And like I think that would be a hilarious thing if it came out now and some guy was like, it leaks out and, oh, yeah, he's going to be on the IL. He's got COVID. And, like, all these people are coming out with, like, thoughts and prayers, like, hope he gets better. Like, can't believe he has to go through this right now. And then they come out with a statement, and they're like, oh, no, I gave it to myself.
Yeah.
I'm getting this out of the way.
I like it.
Yeah.
Don't do it, though.
Don't do it, though.
But it's fun to think about.
Yankees blow party.
Yep.
Sounds like my Sweet 16. Minus all the Yankees.
You were
and
sucking
the
and blowing. Yeah, that was a one-man party.
That was me and my dog, Tucker.
Oh, boy.
What's up? My name is Liam. I'm from upstate New York, and I'm wondering about the legitimacy of the World Series. I know originally you guys said it had to be 80 games for it to be considered legit, but what if all the best teams in baseball make the postseason after 60 games? Like the Yankees, Astros, Dodgers, and Braves, and they all make the postseason, and then the Yankees and Dodgers meet in the World Series. I would consider that legit. Of course, on the other hand, if the Padres or Rockies get hot and then win their first ever World Series ever, I don't see how that can be considered legit. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, do we have to wait until we have a World Series champion to determine if it's a legit season or not?
Thank you for calling in. I understand the thought process there. I kind of agree with that. I think that's like, a lot of people's brains will work that way. Did all the favorites make it? Okay, then that's normal. But here's where I'm at, because people keep telling me they shouldn't do awards, and I'm like, well, everyone's playing the same thing.
Yeah.
So, like, they have to. This will be the 2020 World Series winner.
Yeah.
It'll be the 2020 MVP. It'll be 2020 Cy Young. If someone's going to bring the caveat, well, that was a weird shortened season. Sure, it was. They won the weird shortened season. If the Yankees win it and then everyone's like, well, that doesn't count as 28 because that one was Fugazi.
27 and a half.
27 and a half.
Yeah, get ready for
cool.
that.
It's cool.
I'll be fine with that.
I'll be fine with it because
I'll have a World Series winner.
whatever they play, whoever wins it won that. So if you want to compare it to past World Series winners and it doesn't stack up in your brain, sure, I kind of understand that. I think it's more for batting average record is the biggest thing that I'm worried about. Like if someone hits 410,
right,
that can't go in the books as the best. It can't.
You can't. You just can't.
So like I'm with that. It can't.
Yeah.
It can't be like in 2050 they're like, what's the highest batting average? Well, in 2020 it was 410. It's like no.
Yeah, and I think. Me and JOMBOY initially said our basement. Okay. Wow. You want to talk about that?
No, it was an auto-click ad.
Sorry.
Just screaming.
Holy shit.
I got just as scared as you.
Our original... No, you kind of had an idea. Anyways.
I didn't.
You clicked something.
Pop-up.
Our original baseline was 70 games. We were like, hey, 70 games, that's really close to a half season. It's a lot of baseball, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, they come in at 60. It's firm handshakes around the league. Let's make it legitimate. I'll say something that, is a stance I didn't think I wanted to fall into, is I wanted expanded playoffs this year. Because baseball is going to look really stupid if there's a couple good teams that just missed out. Like, let's say, Yankees get off to a terrible start and they somehow just miss the playoffs. The Dodgers, Houston, the Braves, like there's going to be good teams that get left out. It just depends what level of good. And that's kind of why I wanted the expanded playoff, because I think that allows the Cinderella story, which can be fun. If a team does come out of left field and they just do it, the Rockies go on this miraculous run in the shortened season, that's kind of a fun storyline. Like, will they do it? Because, a ring in Colorado, like, people would very much celebrate that, even in the shortened season. But at what expense? And I want this season to be legitimate as possible. And, hey, I'm hoping we get the quote-unquote expected best teams in there, or at least teams that prove themselves to be bona fide enough during the season that they earn it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
People are going to have a problem with it. Like, if the Red Sox win, we'll say, yeah, this is bullshit. And if we win, they'll say it. So, like, I don't care. I've accepted already to ignore that.
The history books tend to forget a lot of it. The Spurs won in a shortened season, and I can't even remember what year it is off the top of my head.
1925?
So. Well, I don't know about that. Trend.
You can't remember.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Eric from Clarksburg, West Virginia. Twitter handle, the Post15. I've called a few times. Really enjoy listening to you guys every week. Just a quick role-playing game here I thought would be fun. So a time traveler comes to you, hands you a phone the day after the 2001 World Series and says you can make one phone call to Brian Cashman. You have 1 minute. You have to try to convince him that you're legit and you want to tell him some advice for the next 20 years or so. I want to hear Jake do it. I want to hear JOMBOY do it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Okay.
So is it after the 2001 World Series?
So Luis Gonzalez still happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to tell Cashman about is it one transaction or is it the full crystal ball?
I took it as either having him make one more specific move or taking one.
We're a flash in Cashman. Okay.
Well, first you have to convince him that you are a legit person from the future.
Right. Well, I could do that easily. I think one that I think Jimmy has talked me into is making the Cliff Lee trade.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. Because, I mean, what other disasters are there? I mean, it's Ellsbury. Hey, I know the fan base is thirsty, but, let Boston re-sign him.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you say, I don't know, 2003, get someone better. The Red Sox will reverse sweep you. And Cashman will be like, get out of here,
yeah.
Stranger from the future.
Stranger from the future, don't come near me again. Yeah, get Cliff Lee.
Ooh, someone said gotta draft Mike Trout, but I think he got drafted right before the Yankees pick. Maybe that's what you do. Hey, trade for Mike Trout. Go get him.
It technically was the pick that was the Yankees pick.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, but you trade for him in the minors or something.
Yeah, you trade for Mike Trout.
Trade A-Rod for Mike Trout in 2010.
Yeah, you overpay for minor league Mike Trout. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, BBD.
How do you convince him that you're real?
How do I convince him I'm from the future?
Yeah, that was the first part of the question.
I mean, it's simple. I'm from the future, Brian, and I would never lie to you.
I'm going to be really honest with you right now. I'm from the future.
So that's part of it. You have to figure, okay, know what it is. I just figured it out. God, I'm good. I say, hey, I'm from the future. You're not going to believe this, but please remember this. You are going to get reverse swept by the Red Sox in 2004. Remember this. Now, I'm telling you, go trade for a guy named Mike Trout when he's in the minor leagues. Overpay.
Okay.
Do anything you have to. I think that's my angle.
Okay.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Pretty memorable.
Maybe you have him you do something else because he's got to wait 2 years. He might even forget that he talked with you. You know? Maybe you say Florida will beat Maryland in the Orange Bowl 56-23 and Miami will beat Nebraska 37-14. Make sure you trade for Mike Trout when he gets signed. The Angels will sign him. Trade everything to get him.
Something like that.
Yeah, just a little.
It's pretty good.
Biff, sports almanac stuff,
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Hey guys, it's Cameron from Midtown. Little fun question I have. In your prime, both of you guys, home run derby, who comes out on top? This could be on a little league field or any field, but you could be 20 years old playing on a little league field. Anyway, who wins a home run derby between the two? Thanks.
We've been asked this before, right?
Yeah, I was hoping the Little League field caveat didn't come in so we could just say
we tie
zeros.
Did you do it with us in Newtown? Me, Ed, Proch, did you come?
I think we did. We did a fantasy. Wasn't it fantasy baseball type thing? I remember one in Southbury years ago. I don't know if I came to the Newtown one. You'd like to think I would have?
We were just messing around
Yeah.
at Newtown Fields, but I
don't
won
know.
that one. We
Maybe
did wood
not.
bats, but like it's not impressive to say that.
Well, it is. Is that your prime?
I think I beat you 1-0. You very much put the ball on the ground.
Whoa. I'm
You're
gap to
gap line drive.
Line
hitter.
drive.
I'll fly out a bunch and then just maybe get one.
Yeah. Little League Field would be fun for a second and then very pathetic right now.
Super pathetic.
Yeah.
What's up, JOMBOY, Jake, BBD, Max Manus calling in. Here's what I'm wondering about the proposed second base, runner on second base and extra innings rule. Do you think that would change the way teams utilize a guy like Tyler Wade? Like, would they be careful not to use him in the 8th or 9th inning of a close game if there's like, I don't know, with 1 out in the 8th? Do you think you would not put him on at first because you want to save him for extras, or maybe do you carry a couple designated pinch runners on the roster? What do you guys think? Love the pod. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Max, for calling in. As much fun as we had dreaming up all the situations and who would bunt and who wouldn't bunt, the Yankees are just going to play that straight up. Like if Judge is on second, they're not going to pinch run for him. If Voigt's on second, they'll pinch run for him. But if an opportunity,
So you're in not extra innings right now, right?
extra innings.
Okay, in extra innings.
Yeah.
When you get to pick the pinch runner, right?
No, it's whoever made the last out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying like they're probably let that go. If it's Voigt, obviously, I think
Voigt.
Gary, they'll pinch run
potentially.
for.
Depending how the catcher stuff is like going.
It also depends on who's hitting. You know?
Do you think we get a Yankee pitcher who can run?
No.
I feel like other teams do that crap, but not the Yankees.
Well, I think listen, I'm just trying to figure out if Wade's not starting, what other situation is there for him to pinch run or pinch hit? It would be like in the bottom 9 if they get someone on second.
Yeah.
And then you use him. They're not going to save him if you're tie game, bottom 9, Gary hits a double. They're not going to save
Well, let's
Wade.
do this. We did this hitting-wise. We did who would bunt. Who would Wade pinch run for? I think whoever's at third. I think Urshela will get pinch run for.
If Wade's available. The question is, do you think they intentionally save Wade?
Right, but I think it's almost the same question, right? Because we're also saying what situations would Wade jump into. It's almost the same thing, right? I mean, late innings, who's Wade coming in to run for?
Yeah.
It's potentially Urshela, probably not LeMahieu.
I don't think anyone in the 8th inning, but in the 9th inning.
Would you do LeMahieu in extra innings? If it's the 10th inning, LeMahieu made the last out.
Yeah, I'd pinch you run for him because you're not
Yeah.
going multiple innings.
Yeah, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're the home team. Like if the first team goes and they don't score, and then LeMahieu's supposed to be the runner, and the Yankees need 1 run, then Tyler Wade. Then Tyler Wade becomes a lot more of an. Maybe that's what we should be saying. If the Yankees are the home team and the other team doesn't score, Tyler Wade is going out there.
Yeah, for everyone
For
besides
almost everyone.
like Gardner.
Yeah. That makes sense. Hicks is fast, but he's not like great
A
base runner fast. Yeah.
He's not an artist out there.
Yeah. Long strider like Bernie. That's him striding. That's some old tape of him striding.
Yeah. Instant
Yeah. That was pretty
archived
good.
footage.
Good
I pulled that up.
Good board usage there.
Thank you. I think the Yankees are going to play that more straight up than we're thinking. Just like, yeah, we got a runner on second. We got guys that can hit the ball pretty far.
Yeah. I think the home field becomes interesting because, like, if you need that 1 run, like someone like Glaber. Like, Glaber's athletic, but he's a pretty bad base runner from what we've seen. And, like, Wade could play short if you just need that 1 run.
But does that limit Wade? Will they not use him? Will they not start him on home games? Like, how much
they're
is
not
that
going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what if Wade starts, then you need Gardy to sit? Like, you need one of those dudes
yeah.
on the bench. They can't both be in the starting 9. What about that thought process?
But again,
You're playing for ties then.
That almost contradicts the other thought of like, you know, the Yankees are pretty much going to swing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you're right. It's going to be more of a luxury than we think.
What's up, guys? It's Mario the Baker here. I'm calling in about gimmick rules. I know you guys generally don't like gimmick rules for extra innings, but if you had to have one, what would it be? Some favorites include you could bat any 3 batters, or, you know, you have to take away a fielder every extra inning, or, you know, a non-pitcher has to pitch. So what do you guys think? Thanks.
Thanks, Mario the Baker. Out of the 3 that you offered, the take away a fielder each inning intrigues me the most.
I mean, that would be wild. That would be wild.
Yeah. You'd take away an infielder and just rotate the 2 to where the shift says. Keep the first baseman.
I think you take an outfielder. You just play 2 outfielders.
Think so?
Keep your 2 speedsters out there. Have Guardy and Hicks play outfield.
Yeah, could.
Got most of it covered.
I don't like any order. Like blows.
Yeah, I have a really weird relationship with that right now because I see, dude, I'm serious. I see the coolness factor of like an extra inning game. Like in the Yanks have almost their penalty kick lineup. It's like, all right, we're going LeMahieu, Judge Stanton, run it. Like I think that there is a cool factor to that. And, you know, the whole thing about the sport is getting more guys, more at-bats. So I kind of like that. Extra inning quirk. I mean, we're doing real life, right?
Yeah, I have
getting as silly as possible, because silly as possible, I love removing guys.
Yeah, like, what about
That's
rollover
hilarious.
outs?
Excuse me?
Not even for extra innings. I'd like to see how rollover outs would play.
Tell me what you just mean by that.
Man on first, 2 outs, still turn the double play. Next inning, you've got an
you're
out.
Going rollover out that way. Okay, interesting.
You'd see teams.
I thought you were going reverse. I thought you were going to be like, hey, we have a 1-run lead in the 8th. We don't want to bat.
Forfeiting.
That's
like what they do in cricket. They forfeit the side.
Yeah.
Nah, we're good. We got a good lead.
I thought you were like rolling over,
Dude, if they did that,
minutes.
if they did that, the Yankees would have done it all the time with Mariano when he was the closer.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. Let's just bring Mo out. And
I mean, if you
face
could
your next
save
three.
him, yeah, it's kind of unfair. But
no, rollover outs. How many times do you think people would go for the double play to get that extra out, and then the next inning there's only 2 for the team?
I think whenever they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Turn the triple play.
Tough rollover outs.
Walk a batter with 2 outs just to get 2 outs, no going to the next inning.
Ooh, serious strategy.
Yeah. Rollover outs.
Okay. Rollover outs.
Take a player away.
That
would change the game pretty quick.
That's the silliest, yeah.
Last voicemail from Ben in Oklahoma.
JOMBOY Jake, Ben from Oklahoma.
Told you.
Just wanted to say that this is the last voicemail episode I'll get to listen to because I am leaving for the Army.
Oh.
And I'm actually really, really sad about this. So I won't be able to listen for about over 6 months, so I'll miss the whole season. But at least I'll have something to listen to when I get back. Just want to say thanks for the years of podcasts. It's been great, and I'll be listening to you as soon as I can. See you guys.
All right. Everyone wish Ben farewell and happy goings, and thank you for your service. And, hey, man, you come back, Yanks will be winners, I guess.
Yeah, appreciate you. We'll be going for the repeat. That's the best. Everyone's worried about the 60-game season. If the Yanks win it all this year, you just win the next year to be like, oh.
Told you we could have done it.
Yeah, we could have done this. We could have done this all year anyway, so.
Man, I hope the Yanks are good, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Good luck, Ben.
Thank you for being a listener.
Kind of makes me feel like an idiot for wearing these giant idiot sunglasses. And then you get a very poignant voicemail.
Very
like
serious call. And Jake looks. I'm wearing a brand new shirt.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Is that a thing you're going to go for now?
What?
I don't know. Just like the relaxed collared shirt.
Yes.
Like you wore one last weekend. You've got this now.
Feel how light this is.
Yeah.
It's lighter than a cotton shirt.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Do you see my tan line?
Golfing shirt.
Look, you can clearly see where I just sprayed like one stripe down my arm right there. Just so red.
Oh, yeah. When you did the out turn. There you go. Yeah.
Very red. It sucks.
Good for you. Is this a punt on the Adam Sandler life?
During the heat, I need something lighter. So even if this comes without a collar, but most of them come with collars.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, good on you.
And these are lighter than mesh shorts.
I've been telling you, man.
So I went shopping over the weekend.
Huge.
Yeah.
Update.
It was miserable.
Late breaking update.
Oh my God. I'm looking at this picture of this Colombian high school graduation where they're like sitting. Just don't go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Why would oh my God.
Hey, and Brian Hoke probably doesn't want us leaking this, but we did ask him about the 60-day IL stuff, and his official statement is the shrug emoji guy. So that's official.
No, I think we just found a huge loophole.
I think we did, dude. I think that's happening.
I think there's going to be...
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you phantom DL Florio?
Put a guy on the IL who's not coming close to your baseball field this year, or DFA someone and lose them. Like, have we ever met a general manager? Like, we kind of have. Not like...
Former.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Hi, Brian. Oh, you just signed Garrett Cole? Yeah, I'll take a picture with you with wine in my mouth.
That's how it went.
That's kind of how it went.
Actually, no, he gave us a hug.
We did hug.
He said, bring it in, bring it in. Just peacocking in the lobby. After signing Garrett Cole.
They were peacocking.
Just peacocking
God,
so
that
hard.
was such good times.
Boone comes out right after, just
So
peacocking in the lobby in winter meetings.
We were part of the Peacock crew.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you going to get Peacock? The new NBC mobile video app or whatever it is?
No.
Okay.
What would you get that for?
I don't know. I think people are getting it.
For what?
I don't know. Shows and games and stuff. The same thing you get all the apps for.
Are they exclusively putting all the NBC shows on there?
I
like
believe
Parks and Rec
so.
and The Office? So they've just turned streaming into cable.
Yes.
Eventually, there's going to be a cable streaming company that's like, we have access. It's actually already exists. What's it called? It sucks though. Sling.
Pinocchio. Sling.
Sling's so bad.
Yeah. Are you guys slingers?
Sponsor
Those are
us.
good commercials. We'll like you if you sponsor a slinger. We got
Yeah. We're out.
Got the mics. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next week with some clips from the question we asked Booney and some clips from a bunch of other Major League players and all that stuff heading into the July 4th weekend. We love you. We appreciate you. Goodbye. Farewell. So long. See you later. Jake, are you going to say goodbye?
Let's go Yanks.
Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.